We knew that coming into the Biden administration, the president himself and all of his cabinet level focus was going to be on a singular topic: climate. Now, from the day one executive orders that set the stage for a variety of climate actions in the first 100 days to more recent announcements, this notion of climate, of sustainability, and the stewardship of land and water resources has been at the center of every conversation that NCBA has had. And at the center of our message in all of those conversations is the notion, is the truth that grazing is good for the environment. Whether you're talking about improving riparian areas and improving organic matter in very dry soils, or making sure that you're preventing invasive species encroachment, all things important for climate goals, grazing is the primary and best tool to achieve those objectives. And we have good components of that story to share, no matter whether we're talking about greenhouse gas emissions or we're talking about emissions profiles in general. We're talking about land stewardship or water stewardship, habitat improvement for wildlife and other livestock as well. We have the story, we have the proof, the generational proof for policy, for regulation to be developed on this foundation. Grazing and the good work that you do every day is seen not only through the yield of your cattle and your livestock, but also in the long-time health and productivity of your landscape. These are models, these are truths that need to be built into the administration's concepts of how to conserve landscapes, whether it's 30% of the landscapes or lands they already manage. In order to achieve global climate goals, these landscapes are critical. They must learn from your expertise. They must involve you. And so far, we've seen a significant willingness to draw on the generations of expertise that you have to offer. The other area of expertise is not just in the land and water stewardship, though it's in this question of economic stability. As we know, sustainability in general is based on not only environmental and social sustainability, but also economic stability as well. On your farm or ranch, you know that in order to be economically viable, you need to be able to have sound business practices, have predictability, and know where your money is going to be best used. The federal government needs to do the same. Now, federal budgeting is a little different than your books on your farm or ranch. But the simple fact is that some of these climate proposals coming out of the administration are going to be costly, not only for implementation and new money coming from Congress through appropriations, but also for communities as they implement whatever the organizations in the department are going to bring down through regulation and law. At the end of the day, NCBA is not only involved in telling the good story of grazing, but also keeping a very close eye on discussions as they pursue additional measures like tax and additional appropriations, making sure that economic viability is present in front of the White House, in front of the agencies, and is going to be supportive, not restrictive, of your business practices. From the halls of Congress to the halls of the agency to your farm and ranch, this sustainability, this climate of strong business environment and strong economic stewardship is going to continue to be a focus of our work here in Washington, D.C.